Hi, let me tell you about Marty and the ants. Martin J. Coffey the third was one of our more infamous lerps, and he was called Fast Marty. So Martin, Michael Martin from Kansas, he was known as Slow Marty, just to differentiate the two. There was nothing slow about him, but Mike Martin was Slow Marty, and Marty Coffey was Fast Marty, because he was Fast Marty. He probably is the most infamous lerp of our company. I'll tell you about Marty sometime. He wrote a letter to Robert Kennedy, his congressman. He wrote 2 letters to Johnson. One of them got him kicked out of the company. Marty was a scene, as Jeff used to say. Oh, you're a scene, you know. Anyway, Mike Martin, Slow Marty. Slow Marty was point one time out in the field. He was doing point. We were walking beside some really woods, like almost, I don't know if they were hardwoods or what, but these are real big trees, okay? But there was an open area to our left, and so, you know, we were kind of nervous, and I don't remember exactly why we were doing that, why we weren't a little deeper cover in the woods, I don't know. Anyway, Marty's headgear of the day, Slow's Marty, he had an an olive drab t-shirt wrapped around his head, and you know it broke up the outline, and kind of an informal turban, okay, and it worked good. I mean, if we'd have had to freeze and people were looking at us, or what, you wouldn't identify a human head there. Excuse me. We never wore helmets. That's just too identifiable. But so Marty had this t-shirt on his head, okay? And so I'm either the 3rd or 4th guy back, I can't recall. But we're walking along, and myself and the guy in front of me, we happen to see that Marty is walking. He's looking to his left at the moment, but to his right, hanging in a tree, is an ant bivouac. I don't, you know, they hole up like that. I don't know. It's just, this thing was as big as a basketball, hanging there. And Marty, we both saw he's going to hit it. And being the guy in front of me, we both went, too late. Oh, Marty brushed against that thing, and it was like poking a water balloon. Whoa! They were on him. Oh boy, they were all over him like a cheap suit, you know. It was, and the ones that didn't come off right away, then the weight being off of that branch, the rest of them probably got launched back into the jungle, and that's a frightening thing too, because that branch, when the weight comes off and it does that, well, that's not an occurrence of nature really, and so anybody who was on the other wood line, or you know, I mean, that's anyway. But nobody shot at us at the moment. So and Marty, how fortunate that he had that contraption on his head that day, because I was so proud of that kid. He never made a sound that you could have heard for more than 10 feet away. Just you know, and so he gets down, and as he ripped off his headgear, well, a good share of them, the majority, went with the t-shirt, and then so they're gone. But he still, I mean, originally he had a gallon of ants on him, you know, and probably more, and so the rest of us then, we made a circle around him, and we kept one hand on our rifle, and the other hand we're picking, you know, like I say, you can't get ready, you got to be ready. So 4 of us stayed ready. We were watching, picking, getting ants off and brushing them off. And like I said, I was so proud of Marty. He never made a sound. And those ants, they were mad. I mean, they were biting the hell, because as we're picking them off, then they're crawling up on us, you know. And these were these were not nice little ants. And but we got them off enough to where the crisis was past, and we took off again. And I don't remember if Marty stayed on point or what. I don't recall that. But we took off and went back to business. And as best I remember, it never. We didn't talk about it later. I don't remember talking about it back in base camp ever. It was just another day at the office, being alert, you know. It was Marty and the ants, and he was one brave kid.